Alright, let's get into this. I just woke up and forgot I was going to do this video last night. So, a full season of One Piece matchups for Death Battle. Yep, 16 matchups of only the best One Piece matchups. Starting with the premiere, Usopp versus Soca. My most wanted matchup for Death Battle ever. Oh, and by the way, thumbnails all made by me. Most of them will be seen on my DeviantArt, which I will link if Future Preston isn't stupid. Anyway, connections. They are the comic relief characters, but they're also training to become great warriors. And Usopp wins because of his greatly better everything. At least post-time skip. Pre-time skip, Soca might have been on par, but Usopp wins post-time skip. Episode 2. Kid versus Bakugou. The connection is they are rivals to the main character. And alright, I'm gonna be straight with you. I haven't watched much of My Hero Academia, but I've heard of this matchup and it sounded cool. So, I'm pretty sure the winner is Kid by a wide margin, but I've heard that Bakugou recently got some buffs. Maybe he pulls out a victory. Episode 3. Tony Chopper versus Beast Boy. Connections is that they were once normal people or reindeer for Chopper until there was a random incident where they lost their family and became shape-shifting creatures. I honestly don't know who wins. It could be Chopper, but I'm leaning more towards Beast Boy. Which sucks because Chopper is adorable and nobody is allowed to tell me otherwise. Alright. Akainu versus Esdeath. Sorry, I was staring. Dictators who control an element. Well, I guess magma isn't really an element, and neither is ice. It counts, guys. My best guess is that Sakazuki wins, which is cool, because I like him as a villain. Deku versus Kobe. Characters training to be heroes on the side of justice. I like this matchup, but it's definitely not my favorite for Deku. I like Miss Marvel or MCU Spider-Man for Deku mostly. Kobe's still good. Kobe's still good though. Kobe, I like him. Kobe's nice. I like him. He gets obliterated though. Genos versus Frankie. Cyborgs, and that is like their one connection. Genos probably beats Frankie into submission, right? I feel like unless in Egghead Island Frankie gets like a new universal form. I know Genos isn't universal, but come on, guys. Episode, I forgot which episode we are. Storybook Spiderclad versus Ace. If you don't know Spiderclad or the DBW story, go to the Death Battle wiki and read it. This is the DBW story version of Spiderclad, and their connections are that they are brotherly figures to the main character who die in the same way, they're also the sons of kings and have fire powers. Ace most likely comes out on top. Episode... I forgot what episode we're on, guys. Oh, episode 8. Blackbeard versus King K. Rool. Evil pirates known for stealing fruit. I know people like Ridley or Neocortex for King K. Rool, but I prefer Blackbeard because I'm a biased piece of crap. I think it's close, but I believe the winner is King K. Rool. And a brief intermission because I'm getting bored of talking, and also because this would be the mid-series break, where they would tease the next battle being Brook versus Lord Raptor. I don't know Lord Raptor, I don't play Darkstalkers. Sanji versus Blaziken. Two characters with fire powers that fight almost exclusively with their feet. I don't know who wins, but I'm willing to bet it's Blaziken. I'm not a big fan of Blaziken as a Pokemon, but I do love Pokemon. I still don't know how to say this character's name, but Kaido versus Agnologia, is that his name? Anyway, two dragon characters. I don't know Agnologia, I don't watch Fairy Tail. But look at all the abs Kaido has. I fail to see how he could ever lose. Nami versus Misty. Redhead characters that were... that use water in their attacks. Yeah. Man, I haven't watched the original Pokemon series in a while. Though the Masters series is still pretty good. My bet's on Misty to win. But you never know. It's probably pretty close, I would say. Kurapika. That's not Kurapika. Aw, man, I forgot his name. Doflamingo, my favorite One Piece villain, versus Hizuka. That's his name, Hizuka. I don't watch Hunter x Hunter. In fact, I've actively avoided watching Hunter x Hunter because I've watched Hunter x Hunter just a few episodes and it was boring. Maybe I'll give it a chance in the future if enough people in the comments recommend it. I don't know the connections, but I'm hoping Dofi wins. Bruno versus Law. I don't know this guy. I don't watch JoJo. I don't know the connections. Giovanni versus Crocodile. Two characters who use sand and ground in their attacks, who are also mafia bosses. I'm betting on Giovanni to win. I mean, as long as his Nidoking knows Hydro Pump, he's just like, fine. Crocodile's got nothing on him then. Man. But this is a good matchup. I'm not sure if I prefer it over Sandman for Crocodile, though. We got the season finale. Luffy versus Captain Marvelous. I would have put Storybook Base Brawler here instead of Captain Marvelous, but I can confirm that Captain Marvelous is probably his better option. And also, I already put one Storybook matchup here. Though, if it were up to me, well, it was entirely up to me, but if I had chosen more based on my preference, I would have definitely chosen Storybook Base Brawler. Also, I found out that Luffy was a good matchup for Storybook Base Brawler after after I made this list, but you know, yeah. Oh, I didn't put an end slide. Whatever.